Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the 49ers and the Pats, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here. As it'll be the AFC champion New England Patriots taking on the NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25.
Here we go.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Lance. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A good gain on first. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. That's a pretty strong running there. As he'll the 50 and down to the 44.
And the 49er first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. Deep ball for Goodwin. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. Throwing Jones. He gets this one to Johnson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down.
This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude, and I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to, and he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things, and then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's second down. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What I do? Rocky. Too rocky.
I saw that. I got it. And right now, they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves. If we're going to have that kind of a reference, they've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
Ready.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive.
And now they'll throw with Lance.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that.
And the Niners are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up
On 2nd and 1. Jones. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run with Strong. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Off of play action, and here's Lance. Sliding out of the pocket. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it, and the Patriots are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. 7-0 is our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor there. But thank you, Dr. Davis. From the 31, Jones. He gets this to Thornton. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. There's the stiff arm. This is Smith with a grab. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They'll run with Strong. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now Jones. This one swung outside to Strong. Touchdown, Patriots. Pierre Strong. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. They'll try and throw for it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So what do you think the mindset was there? You can tie it with a PAT here first half. Why go for the lead right now?
The old school mindset says if you have a better team, you just go ahead and continue to try and dominate. There's also a school of thought, if you don't think you're quite as good, you have to try and take advantage of opportunities. And finally, I just think this is analytics coming into the game. Someone saying the more you go for two, the better your chances are of actually getting them.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Lance now to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. They'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Oh, that's a big let off there on 3rd down because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a first down, but for big yardage as well.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On play action, Lance. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end.
And he is going to have the Niners first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Two minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. Man open, it's Goodwin. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talking about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. Dances by him. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Ready.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll try to run with McCaffrey into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. On the ground, McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
From the 4 now, third and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl.
And this will be returned for deep in the end zone.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete on the deep ball.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Now a play fake here on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And this shot downfield on second down is brought in. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Out left and hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
On first and 10, it's Strong. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. This is caught, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll go with Strong. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on fourth down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Play action. Now it's Lance. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted.
Marcus Jones picks it, and the Pats are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it.
Touchdown! Jonnu Smith, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Pats have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Now a play fake. Lance.
Deep ball for Goodwin. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Patriots are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. Jones throw complete there to Johnson.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Off-play action. Jones. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield.
And now here is another interception. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Pats are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the 49ers and the Patriots, and it's all up next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion New England Patriots taking on the NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. The long fortnight of Super Bowl week is over, and away we go in Super Bowl 58. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. He'll buy some time right. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Well, if those at home were wondering if we were going to see some offense in this Super Bowl, I think your answer was right there. Incomplete, but they take a big shot early.
Like the script, if they get the big play early, so much the better. But if nothing else, they send a message. They're going to be aggressive in this game.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Lance looking to throw it. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position.
Touchdown, Patriots. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
That's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.